Okay, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston. I have a gentleman on here today that you know, definitely know, because it's tax season time, and he has wonderful information for all of us. It's Otha Meadows from the Trident Urban League. Otha, welcome back to Bounce Around Charleston.
It is a pleasure to be back, especially at this time of the year, tax preparation time. And it is so important that we push information out so that our community understands the services that are available to them, but most importantly, the tax preparation services that are available to them absolutely free of charge.
And I'm quite sure that things in the tax situation preparation will be different, especially because of COVID. What do you say?
We've addressed that going back to tax seasons. What individuals need to know is all they're needing to do is show up at one of our tax preparation sites, bring their documents. We will take their information, put it in a folder. They will drop it off. We will prepare their taxes. We will file their taxes. In about 48 hours, we will call them back to pick up their documents. They don't have to stand in line. They don't have to wait around. And so we've been doing that very effectively for the last 2 years. You don't have to make an appointment. The site here at the main office is open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. All you need to do is come in during those hours, drop your documents off. We will prepare them and call you back as soon as they're done. And we are usually able to turn that around in about 48 hours.
Now, what type of documents should they bring?
You need to, of course, have your W-2s. You need to have your photo ID. You need to have any document for any of the dependents that you're claiming. Also, if it is that you have any retirement income, if it is that you are driving for Uber or doing some other kind of work where it is that you are receiving an income and you're going to get a 1099, you need to bring all those documents in so that we can make the most accurate filing of your income.
And what type of write-offs can people look forward to this tax season?
Most importantly, what individuals need to know, and let me just step back a moment. What they need to do at this year is they need to look at their deductions. Mm-hmm. What happens so often is we do not take out the appropriate amount of deductions. And so when it comes around to file their taxes and they have a tax liability or they owe money, they'll say, what happened? Well, most times it is because they haven't taken out the appropriate amount of deductions. And so that's one of the things that we want to emphasize. The other thing is, most importantly, you want to make sure that you are able to claim all of the tax credits. If you have children, there's a tax credit for that. If you are if you're taking classes or you're in school, there are tax credits for that. There are a number of tax credits, too lengthy for me to go into detail. But what will happen is that when they come here to one of our tax preparation sites, we will tell them exactly what those tax credits are and which ones they qualify for. Usually, what we're able to do is we're able to increase that refund due to the fact that we are able to help those individuals claim those tax credits.
Now, what about a person like me that go to church and I give all this money to the church? Are there any tax credits for that?
We always going to give a tax credit to God, but it doesn't necessarily work for the IRS. However, the church has a nonprofit denomination, if I'm not mistaken. And so you will fall into a tax bracket where it is that you are not necessarily liable for paying taxes, or if there are, we're able to take you through that and let you know exactly what those deductions are. But for the most part, faith-based institutions are nonprofit tax deductible organizations.
Okay, you're a homeowner, and you pay that those finances on your mortgage.
There are deductions, but as I say, there are deductions on your mortgage. There are deductions on your insurances. However, if you go back 2 years, they did away with those deductions. Okay, so again, what I would emphasize is that look on the IRS.gov website. Look at what contributions are allowed for this tax season, because what's allowed for this tax season may not have been allowed for last tax season, and vice versa.
What about medical expenses?
Medical expenses, those are potential deductions as well. If it is that you have prescriptions, those are potential deductions as well. Again, it's a matter of just taking into account that you need to keep your receipts for everything, so that if you're doing an itemized deduction, we can again come up with the most accurate assessment of what your tax liability may or may not be.
Now, I realize that sometimes people working through the COVID period, there were times that they may not have worked as long as they would have worked during a normal season. Is that some type of a tax write-off with that?
Unfortunately, that's not a tax write-off. However, there is a potential write-off if it is that you had a certain type of insurance. If it is that you are in the health.gov marketplace, you are given credit for that type of enrollment. As I say, I'm not able to talk in real specific details about what medical procedures or what medical prescriptions are allowed or disallowed. But again, we have people here, our tax experts, and they are able to take you through that list and let you know exactly what those allowable deductions may be.
Now, you said earlier, different things happen each year. Is there anything new happening during this tax season that we need to know about?
For the most part, no. What we're encouraging is that, most importantly, especially for those single moms with children, take advantage of the child tax credits. That's a tremendous benefit if it is that you have children. And so that's the number one thing that I would ask individuals to make sure that they take into account when they're asking not only someone here at the Urban League preparing your taxes, but if they're going anywhere else to have their taxes prepared. Make sure that if you have children, that they are taking in account and giving you credit for the child tax credits.
When should people file their taxes, and when is the new deadline?
As soon as possible. as soon as you get that W-2 in your hand, file your taxes. The earlier the better. And let me say that at all costs, please do not put yourself in a position where you're needing to file a paper return. It will probably be 6 months or longer before you see any type of response to a paper return. Everything now is being promoted to be e-filed. And if it's e-filed, usually you're able to, if it is that you're due a refund, you're able to get that in maybe 2 to 3 weeks. If it is that you owe money, I would not file until the very last tax filing date, which I think this year is April 18th.
Well, I think we have covered a whole lot with this today. And you all are doing free tax preparations where?
We're doing free tax preparations here at the main office at 2133 North Hillside Drive here in West Ashley. But we also have 10 other sites that we're preparing taxes at different times during the week and on Saturdays. You can go to the CTUL website, ctul.org, and find out where those sites are and the dates that they're open and the times. Also, you can call the Urban League here at 769-8173, and they'll be able to give you that information as well.
Otha Meadows, Bounce Around Charleston, says, thank you so much for all of your information. You know how to put out the information.
Can I just take a point of privilege here to just make a very important announcement about a new program that we have, and it's about expanding home ownership in communities of color. We've just gotten a new program off the ground where we are promoting first-time home ownership for people in communities of color. That's the Black community, Hispanic community, and likewise. And what we're going to be doing with this program is we will be providing $5,000 in payment assistance for those persons who qualify as a first-time home buyer. Again, another fantastic program that we want the community to be aware of and take advantage of if it is that they're interested in becoming a homeowner.
We're going to bring you back on real soon so you can fully explain what you're talking about.
Extremely important.
Okay. We'll be right back after this break.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.